Hey folks, welcome back to Legion Vapes. I am your host Steve, and today we're going to be talking about the Khree UFO2. It's a 2-in-1 pod system. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do most of my talking now, and then we'll go straight down to the table. I have reviewed the original Khree UFO before. Very, very similar device. It was made of plastic and it had the two pods. I believe, as far as I know, these are the exact same pods. So if you do have one or you have a stock of the old pods, you should be able to use them in here, no problem. It is a pod system that has two pods, so two flavors, two strengths. And other than that, it's a very, very straightforward but kind of funky looking pod. So yeah, let's do the intro thing and then we'll hit the table. See you over there. Now then, this is the packaging for the Khree UFO2 pod system, and in that packaging you're going to get one user manual, one USB charging cable, one lanyard, and this is the pod system. Now if you've seen my previous review for the original UFO, you'll be very, very familiar with this. It's pretty much the same basic device, a few slight differences, and the most major one is the construction. The original version was plastic and a plastic disc on the front and back. This one is entirely zinc. It's quite hefty. It's very, very solid and very, very well weighted, and it's got a beautifully clean, heavy-duty finish on it. Definitely going to last a lot longer. Other than that, much the same basic concept. At the bottom, we've got a charging port. There's our little light for charging as well as activation. Up on the top, handily marked 1 and 2, so you can identify your pods, keep track of your colors, or your not colors, your flavors. On the back side, in reverse, 1 and 2, again, so keeping track of those. It says UFO by Khree. On the top, that little bit there, that's basically just a little hole so you can attach your lanyard to it. And if you want to wear this like a medallion, you can go so. I'm not going to. Anyway, that's pretty much the device. Taking a close look at the pod, they are both identical, so they're interchangeable. You're going to have to, of course, remove this little tape over the contact to use it and fill it up. To fill it up, just pull this little gasket out. It just pops out and slides like that. Fill it up through that hole, pop that back in, make sure it's nice and tight so you don't have any leaking. And let that sit for 5 or 10 minutes just to saturate the first time you use it. There's a little magnet right there. It just pops right in and clicks. Should hold into place nice and easy. And that's pretty much it. Not a lot else to show you. This is the black version. This is the one I've been using. You notice that this is very, very gloss in finish, and the black is a lot more matte, more of a satin kind of finish. And yeah, there you go. That's the two of them. So let's go back up top. Let's vape on this one, and yeah, we'll talk about pros, cons, all that jazz. I will see you up there. And that was the Khree UFO2. What's in the box, all that stuff. Look, it's a pod system, and we've got a ton of them out these days. I actually do appreciate the fact that they've come out with a new version, a new model, but what they've done is they've stuck to the same pod system. So, you know, it seems to me like everyone these days is coming out with pod systems, but what happens is they come out with a pod system with a set designed pod that fits into it, and then 6 months later they come out with a new system that has a different type of pod that fits into it, and then a couple months later they come out with a third one and it has a different pod system, and it's becoming overwhelming for newer vapors, for experienced vapors, just trying to keep track of what pods are available, what they can get, what fits in their device. I like the fact that they came out with a new system and stuck with the same pods that they used on the earlier one. They work, they're fine. There's no problem with that. I would love to see more companies that make pod systems do the same thing. Design a pod system and then design your new devices around it so that you don't have to keep updating the plastic component, the shape of the pod. The contents are the same for most of these pods. The coils and the wicking is the same. The capacity is the same. It just seems to me that they're just being aesthetic without thinking about people's end use. Rant over. This is a decent pod. It does a decent amount of flavor. Everything I said about the UFO2, the UFO1, still applies. It's the exact same device, just better built. It is solid. It is durable. It's a bit weightier. It is nice and comfortable in the hand. It provides a really nice mouth-to-lung vape if you're not into huge clouds. You're never going to get a huge cloud out of this kind of device, or this device in particular. It does come in pearl white. It comes in a cracked black, which I've seen the picture of. Looks really nice. This one they call Night Dark. It's matte black. And there's a rainbow, which, you know, keep far away from me. I don't like rainbow. But, yeah. What else can I say? It's a pod. It works well. It tastes nice. It does a good job. Fits really comfortable in your hand. Fits comfortable in your pocket. And if you're really, really into it, you can wear it as a funky medallion. I'm done, guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next week with another review. Yeah, as always, vape on, vape safely. I got strawberry on one side, and I got custard in the other. So I got strawberry custard. Works really well.